Hi, Allison. How are you?
I'm so well. How are you?
I'm great, thanks, and yourself. And I look forward to really asking you these questions. What actually inspired you to actually become an actress?
So it started really young. I was one of those fortunate people that knew, well, young girls that knew from, I think it was about the age of 4 or 5. And somehow I landed up in front of an old school movie, I think made in 1937 with Judy Garland and Fred Astaire in it. It was a musical. And it just, something happened. And that was me. I just knew there was nothing else that I wanted to do in this world. Uh, at all, actually, and it's never changed. Yeah, so it
Okay.
was right back then, and encouraged by my mum and dad. So I think that was also key. It wasn't, the usual "you'll never make money as an actress" story.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, how did the art school happen and being a coach, etc.?
So it really was a journey for me. It took a long while for me to actually weirdly just gain the confidence to get going. I think it was one of those things where it's like, right, put the line in the sand. This is your love and your passion. You need to just fling yourself into it and do it. So I mean, I studied theatre. A very long time ago, and both in Cape Town and in London. And then
Wow.
after coming back, I fell into the fitness industry, weirdly, but naturally through my dancing. So I was a dancer first throughout my life, and then obviously in my teen years dived into acting and singing. And I spent many years sort of not believing that I was good enough. I lost a lot of opportunities, and it really took getting into my 40s, the best decade so far, to sort of say no. I'm not happy. Sort of just doing this. I had done a few shows in 2009, 2010, and my son was very little. He was a year and a half, and I just also realized that I couldn't be a single mom at that time and a working actress and have a full-time job. So stayed in the fitness industry for a long time. And then, 2018 rolled around, and I gave everything up, and I said, I'm going to do this. After many people for many years saying, you need to coach, because I do love to teach. And that was that. And I took a leap of faith, and I've never looked back. It's been amazing. It really has.
Were there any people that inspired you to be in these respective spaces?
Oh, 100. Oh gosh, 100%. I think one of my greatest inspirations and an absolute lifesaver for me was my matric drama teacher. She arrived, I think she was quite new out of uni. She was a working actress, and she was an absolute joy and inspiration. And she just gave me that complete and utter love, what I knew that I loved about theatre, but just ramped it up 100%. And she was just such an inspiration as a person, and I just wanted to almost emulate, just be a bit like her and have the same kind of passion. And weirdly, I actually just reconnected with her. She's been living overseas in Germany for many years. She married a German man and has 2 gorgeous kiddos. And last year, at the end of last year, we had a dinner. She was here for a brief time, and I actually got to tell her, thank you so much for being just one of the biggest reasons why I do what I do today, and why I'm the teacher I am today, actually.
Okay. What
Yeah,
have
so
been
she's my
your Okay? What have been your highs thus far in these spaces?
gosh. Highlights will be, so I would say my own performing journey, so my own artistic journey would probably be as an actress, I was in My Fair Lady in 2009, and that was just that was one of I think the second movie I ever watched when I was a wee girl. I think I've watched it over 100 times, and I'd never been given the opportunity to do it before, and I again also just flung myself into. Preston was very young, and I just flung myself into an audition. Thought, what am I doing? And landed up getting into the production, and it was just I'll never forget standing on stage in the most incredible set, with these beautiful flies, and the orchestra starting up, and just having a bit of a weep, like a quiet little tear as the overture started, because I thought this really was a lot. And my dad got to see that. He sadly passed away 2 years later. So I think that was just a highlight. And then my coaching journey and just my directing journey, because that is another huge passion of mine, was Rise, my musical that I wrote. I wrote the book, and then we used songs from contemporary artists and Broadway plays, and to see that come to life, and then to be recognized and be nominated for some incredible awards, and my first nomination as a director. So that was, yeah, I don't think I've ever in my life smiled. My husband even said, I've never seen you before. I was like, I can't tell you what this means to me. And it was a very personal musical. So with a very special message. And yeah, for it to be recognized was like probably the best moments of my life.
Have there been any lows? Have there been any lows so far?
No. Yes and no. I think it's I've really made a concerted effort just to always look forward and move forward. And I know when Rise was meant to be to open actually at the Playhouse, I landed up in hospital 3 weeks before that with swine flu and bird flu at the same time. And that was a huge low, because I had to cancel the production, and it had been months but it would never have been the production that it was. A few months later, I actually had to recast, and it landed up being just the most incredible production. So that was the biggest. I've never felt so low, but it turned out to be one of the greatest gifts, actually. So yeah, silver lining. Yeah, it was.
Any future plans for this year and beyond?
So yes, so this year is looking very exciting. We a few. So as coaching goes, my singers and my actors, we are really they're working incredibly hard. We have a show planned for a festival weekend, actually, which I'm very excited about for the actors. It's going to be a kind of a mini festival with some one-act plays and some musical showcases. And then I am considering doing Rise again. Just we didn't have a long run, so that is possibly on the cards. It hasn't been confirmed yet. And then I'm going back on stage, so that's exciting. So that's huge for me. And one of my colleagues and I are doing a play together, so I'm hugely So lots of very very cool things on the horizon. SA Champs is always fun for us, and that's in September. So lots to look forward to.
Okay, finally, what are your words of inspiration for upcoming actors, actresses?
To focus on your own creative journey. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. You can't be anybody else. They can't be you. And to just always believe that you're enough, because you're going to hear in this industry, in this business, You're going to hear no more than you're going to hear yes. So it's just to just continue to remind yourself you are enough, and the no's are just going to make you a better performing artist with a thicker skin, and just work on yourself. Don't worry about other actors and singers, and because it's your journey. So that would be my biggest words of advice that I could give right now.
Thanks so much for giving me your time, and hopefully the first of many.
Yes, I would love that. That would be so great. It's been wonderful meeting with you and chatting. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Fabulous.